So today I'm going to give an introduction on how to deploy a web app using Heroku. I will be demonstrating how to deploy the web app using our safe GitHub leaderboard web app. Um, so let's start this with what is answering what is Heroku. So heroku is a cloud platform as a service, which is supporting several program languages, including Node.js, Ruby, Python, Java, PHP, and so on. Um, so this is if you so this is like Google App Engine or Windows, Azure, something like something similar to those cloud platforms. Um, so let's see uh, why what's the reason for using Heroku over those platforms. First of all, it supports multiple languages. As I said, it's almost supports all of the major programming languages. And also it's very simple to use. It doesn't have any fancy names or something like that. Anyone can uh, deploy your web apps easily. And when it comes to scaling your app or your software, I mean, let's say um, you have to scale you have to take take your software to the next level. You need to scale your resources, right? So in Heroku it's very easy to scale your uh, apps. Um, so so that's why we are going to use Heroku or other platforms. um, So let's get started with Heroku. So I'm demonstrating with the Java Spring Boot based application. Um, so as prerequisites, you need a free free Heroku account, and also a GitHub account or Heroku CLI tool. Uh, these two are you only need one of these. I will explain why. I mean, we use these two methods for deployment. So if you can use GitHub, or if you are don't using GitHub, you can use the Heroku CLI tool. But today I'm going to demonstrate using a GitHub account, because we are going to deploy our safe GitHub leaderboard, and it's already on GitHub. So if I give you a summary of how this process works, so first you need to create an app. So first you have to create an app in the Heroku dashboard, and then you have to make your web app ready for the deployment, where I mean the safe leaderboard. Then you have to create this profile, and we have to choose the deployment method. In the end, we have successfully deployed our web app. So let's go first. First step, creating a Heroku app. So once you created your Heroku account, you will have this dashboard. I mean, here you can go to this, click on this new button, and select create new app, and you can just give it a name. So it's for now it's okay. Wait. Okay, so I just created the Heroku app called Safe Leaderboard. So the next step, uh, step is to prepare my web app. So for in my GitHub repo, I have for I have changed before before I'm deploying this Heroku thing. It was we had two jar files. If anyone can remember, we had that different WoW file for the backend and for the another one for the front end. So before in this preparing my web app step, I just created one jar file instead of two. And so if we build this project, it will give me a one jar file. So then uh, once you created your once you prepared your jar file, you have to create a dyno. So what dyno is a lightweight Linux container which is going to run your script, which is going to run a script to deploy your uh, web app. So so in order to create a dyno, there are different kinds of dynos. Actually, this we have web dynos and workers, and there's another type also. For this scenario, we need a web dyno, which is we need to for these web process types. Uh, so in order to create a dyno, you have to create a proc file, and it's called proc file, and it doesn't have any extension. All you have to do is name it as proc file. And in here, in this proc file, you can give the process type and command. So I said we are going to create a web dyno. So in uh, this dyno, the process type is web. The command is this. So this command is the command that runs my jar file. So as you can see uh, in this port, actually I have used this environmental variable because Heroku is the one who gives me an port, and then I'm just running this command to run my jar file. So that's how you are creating a dyno file, dyno in Heroku. Once you create your dyno, you can choose your deployment method. I said there we can use Heroku CLI tool or GitHub to deploy your web app. If you don't use GitHub, you can use this Heroku CLI tool, but it has some, as you see, it has some commands. So you can use Heroku CLI if you don't use GitHub. So let me show this. In resources, once I push my, I connected my, as I chose GitHub as my deployment method and connected the safe repo. And in here you can choose automatic deploy or manual deploy. In automatic deploy, it will deploy your branch if you pushed it, or you can just check this option. It will wait for your CI to pass before deploy. In case we are, in this case, in Ceph, we are using Travis for our CI continuous integration. And so in here, if the CI pass, it will deploy the web app. The cool thing about Heroku is once you pushed it, it's automatically detect it's a Java app, and it's building. It's just creating the jar file running Maven Maven, using Maven, so we don't need to say, oh, it's a Java, use this Maven and stuff. So it just create the jar file. So that's after the running, after the this container runs Maven install, we're getting this jar file, right? So the container doesn't know how to start this. That's when this Dino thing uh, comes to action and run this command, and it will give it will build the app. So once you done deploying, you can just uh, go to this open app thing, and it will load your app. So this is the name that we gave for the app, and this is their domain. So that's how we are going to deploy. So in addition, Heroku gives us this cool add-ons to store our data, monitor our data, for analytics and data processing and so on. So in this Ceph GitHub dashboard, we need a database, right, to store this data. So for that, I use this add-on called ClearDB, which will fulfill my database requirement. So I use this ClearDB MySQL service, and I use this. It gives us this free version that we don't need to pay. So this whole thing is free. That's enough for our requirement. So once you just, you can just add services by searching here. So I added this ClearDB MySQL thing. So once you enable this service, you need to connect this for your web app, right? So in order to connect to this database, we need the credentials, right? Those are like sensitive data. We can't use them in our repo, something like that. That's when this Heroku config was come to action. So as you can see in our application.properties file, I have created these variables and added them in the uh, Heroku dashboard as config was config variables. So example DB username, DB password and stuff I have stored in this under under here. So as you can see, these are the variables. I just hide it because it's the database. You can just connect it and add data. So yeah, we don't have to use the credentials in here. So when the application build, it will use this. So technically these are environment variables. So yeah, that's how you can deploy your web app. For summary, I can say first we need to create the app using the GitHub leaderboard, as we create this one. Then we have to prepare your web app. So in this case, I created one jar file using the backend and front end. Then I created this profile, which will create a Dino to run our command. And then I choose GitHub as my deployment method. So once you done all these 5 steps, uh, you can just it it automatically detects this is a Java Spring Boot application, and it's going to use Maven to create the Java file, and it will uh, run the Dino, and it will host your deploys your web app. So that's how I have deployed our Ceph GitHub deliverable. So for database, I use this ClearDB MySQL service. And Heroku gives us uh, more than gives a lot of options more than this. You can just check them out. So um, that's pretty much it. Any questions?
That was awesome, Manjula. I think yeah, I mean we Heroku has almost everything we need, right?
Yeah.
And so easy.
So and also if anyone if you don't need to host your GitHub repository, you can use this CLI tool. I think it's you can uh, even you can create this config by using your CL in your command terminal. You don't really have to use this one, if this dashboard, if you're using this Heroku CLI. But in this scenario, because we have the repo, I didn't use CLI.
Yeah,
So
in case we use Travis, then we can use the Heroku CLI through Travis.
yeah, actually I'm going to delete this because this is so there's another app also.
Yeah.
The new booking app. Mm, so yeah, that's it. For more
Well
advanced,
done.
go to the documentation. In this documentation contains literally everything. Just go through it for better understand. I don't know. I know you don't understand what I said.
Oh, it was actually great. I kind of learned a lot.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, we can use Docker also. Yeah.
Yeah, coming up next.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Heroku.
Yeah, sponsored by Heroku.
This video is sponsored by Heroku.